Thomas Sankara is a great African. Most young Africans hold him in very high esteem. During my trip to Ouagadougou some years ago, I visited his grave. I was disappointed and not satisfied that there was nothing done to immortalize him, not even a beautiful gravesite. I was vocal of my dissatisfaction then. 4 years later, I am happy that their government has done more on his behalf and justice has been served to his murderers. Please stay tuned. This is Burkina Faso, the land of the upright men. This is my second time visiting this country. The first visit was 4 years ago. My objective then was to increase the count of cities I've visited in Africa. The more important reason was to see the burial place of Thomas Sankara, the great African revolutionary. Visiting the tombs of great people, especially Africans, who did well for Africa and humanity is an obsession for me. During my initial short visit, I was able to locate the exact place his remains was buried in this cemetery. This has long been exhumed and sent to Germany for autopsy. On my way back to Lagos after the first trip, I met a Burkinabe businessman and his son who were headed to several destinations including Lagos. Musa and his dad are cow merchants. When we eventually met in Lagos some days later, they invited me to come back again to Burkina Faso. My second visit was in response to their invitation. On this episode, we will discuss Thomas Sankara and what the government of Burkina Faso has done to immortalize him. Musa and I had left very early to revisit the burial place of Thomas Sankara. We also planned to visit the new memorial that was built in his honor. After almost 20 minutes of searching, we could not find the burial spot anymore. I still recall how difficult it was to find it the last time I visited. For some who might not know him, Thomas Isidore Noel Sankara is a Burkinabe military captain, Pan-Africanist and president of Burkina Faso from 1983 to 1987. He was strongly influenced by the works of Karl Marx. He's a musician, a sportsman, married with 2 kids. He seized power in the 1983 popular coup d'etat at the age of 33. His goal was to eliminate corruption and the dominance of the former French colonial power. He immediately launched one of the most ambitious programs for the social and economic change ever attempted on the African continent. The hallmark of his new autonomy was him renaming his country Burkina Faso, which translates to the land of upright men. Burkina Faso was formerly known as Haute Volta, which is the French way of saying Upper Volta River. The Volta River is located in West Africa and has a dominant presence in the country. His foreign policies were centered on anti-imperialism, eschewing all foreign aids, pushing for odious debt reduction, nationalizing all land and mineral wealth, and averting the power and influence of the IMF and World Bank. Thomas Sankara was killed by his best friend, Blaise Compaoré, who became president after him. It was believed Blaise Compaoré was influenced by the French, with the then president of Côte d'Ivoire, Félix Houphouët-Boigny, as proxy. Sankara was buried and his remains was later relocated to a cemetery in Ouagadougou. As at the time I visited, his remains had been moved for the second time to a hospital in Germany for an autopsy. Coming back here to this city this second time, I'm very excited his memorial has been built. I had criticized the Burkinabe government for not immortalizing him first time I came. I did not know they had their plans. This site is very significant because it was at this same place he was assassinated. Additionally, the Ouagadougou airport has been named after him before now. On a more recent development, however, the government of Burkina Faso has found Blaise Compaoré guilty of his crime. Even though he's on exile in Côte d'Ivoire, I am very happy that the process that will serve justice has just begun. What do you know about Thomas Sankara? Kindly tell me on the comments. Please like and subscribe if you love content like this. Thank you for watching.